he showed a lot of competitiveness, just a ton of guts, and man, just kept hanging in there and kept fighting and kept making plays, and the guys were making plays for him, and it was fun. It was really, really fun to watch. Kind of the things that we've talked about for the first couple of weeks of just kind of bringing it all together. Whether it be receivers making plays, tight ends making plays, running backs making plays, all right, or the quarterback making plays, kind of all came together tonight. So very, very pleased with what I saw, especially because of his heart and guts.
For a year plus this game, DJ, this offense have been the subject of criticism, ridicule, but down 28-0 in overtime, down again, never buckled, not once. What does that say to you about this group?
Well, I just talked to them in the locker room just about, about believing, and where that belief comes from is their work ethic and their character and their hearts, and that's really where it came from tonight. And they all agreed, man. I mean, the work ethic that these guys had in the summer was unbelievable. I mean, there was everybody trying to get extra work in, and it's neat to be able to comment on that after a win like that, because that's where it showed. It showed the unity of our team, and it showed how much they gelled together, and then, like you said, just how they believed, no matter what the situation was, they believed, so just proud of them for that.
Brandon, you said it was fun to watch. How critical was that two-point conversion where you've got the fingers wrapped around his hands?
Yeah.
He still finds it.
I just told him in there, I said, you look like me on that two-point play, man. All that weight room, all that strength down there, it's really the opposite. I went down like that. But he's done that a couple times already this year, I think at least 3 times. And just, again, it just shows how competitive he is, how bad he wants it. And, man, he's a strong dude. His lower half is really, really strong. And it shows the weight room, how important that is. And then just no give up at all and make it play like that.
What was it like having your first overtime as a play caller after Withrow?
Yeah, it was wild. It was wild, but I think the key is to show poise as much as you can, because you're teaching that to your guys all the time, and you're talking to them all the time about being physical and nasty and getting after it and stuff and attacking, but showing poise is very, very critical, and I felt like all the coaches and the players showed poise tonight. And so, but it was wild. I mean, it was a back and forth game, obviously, and the momentum kept switching, and we just had to keep plugging away and keep taking one series, one play at a time, and that's what the coaches did, and that's what the players did. And I'll tell you, our coaching staff has done an awesome job. I mean, just feeding me with good information, good play, comments, and so I thought we did a great job as a staff, and the players responded.
DJ and the receivers will deservedly get a lot of the credit, but he had a lot of time to throw, a lot of time today.
I mean, we talked about it the last couple of weeks, and just improving in all areas, and we've been pretty good at protecting, but tonight was another great night protection-wise. I mean, like you said, he had at least 2 or 3 or 4 down the field throws after he sat there for 4 or 5 seconds, and that's not the norm, and it was really good to see those guys build their confidence even more so as a protection. The one sack, was it one sack that we had? 1 or 2, I don't know. One sack, they brought the safety pressure, they brought an extra hat, and that really wasn't even on the offensive line. So, man, we're protecting really well, and we're protecting with some young guys too, and that's a variety. That's the running backs protecting, that's the tight ends in some protections. So it's awesome to see, and when we can do that stuff, you can see how explosive we can be.
Where do you see DJ's gathering the experience he's gathered? Like any specific coach you can go to where you say that's something that.
Yeah, I think some of the plays that he made from the pocket where he had his poise, because we had such good protection, and he didn't freak out. He just continued to look downfield like a quarterback should do, or you want him to do, and then made plays and gave guys an opportunity to make the play. He might have had a few that he didn't give him a chance, but man, the majority of the night he was putting them in spots that were really, really good. So I think a mixture of the poise of being in the pocket and then just having the confidence of throwing that ball down the field and finding some one-on-one matchups.
What do you attribute the tight end play tonight, getting so many opportunities?
Well, I'll tell you, we got a great group of guys. Kyle Richardson has done an awesome job, man. He really has, and our tight ends feed off of each other, and our offense feeds off of them, you know, and so getting them on the field in different ways, you know, not just being in the box players. And man, they made all kinds of plays. I think Davis. I know Davis had 2 touchdowns. I think he had 4 or 5 catches, and then Jake Brenningstool, man, I'll tell you, he had I think 6 catches for 70 or 80 yards. You know, so their confidence is growing, and their knowledge is so good, and that allows us to put them in different positions. So it's just another threat, you know, for the defense to try to handle. And so very, very proud of that room.
Wake made an adjustment kind of on your inside run game, but how important was it to stick with that, even though maybe it wasn't always working, to kind of keep the middle of the field open and set up what you were doing?
Yeah, they did a good job of you know, stopping us a handful of times in some of the runs. But when you got guys like Shipley and Maffa and Kobe, I mean, you don't lose confidence in handing them the ball, because sooner or later it's going to spit. And we had some big runs by them. We had to adjust and get the ball outside a little bit more. I thought our coaches did a great job of suggesting some of those plays too. And so, you know, I thought we did a good job of adjusting, you know, and our guys showed that we don't have to just run the ball inside. We got to run it outside, you know, and that means we got to have great perimeter blocking too. And they did a good job on the perimeter. So, but when you got those 3 running backs, I mean, I'm going to just keep feeding them. There's no doubt about it. I think Shipley had 20 carries tonight. So, I mean, he's just a warrior, you know. It's fun to watch him play.
I'm not sure where it ended up, but DJ was your second leading rusher there for a while as well from some of those scrambles. Just his ability today to extend some of those plays. He seemed tenacious is the word that I would have put to describe him today.
Yeah, you know, he has gained confidence each week on being able to scramble and make plays with his legs. You know, it's just like it's really night and day from last year, you know, and so his confidence is skyrocketing in a lot of areas, and that's one of them for sure. But when you're able to make those plays with your legs, whether it's a pass situation and you're scrambling and making that play with your legs, or if it's a called run for the quarterback, I mean, he's been able to do both of those things. And so I'd be honest, I mean, one of the most proud things I am of him is how he's using his legs and having confidence with them.
I know Davis seems to be making plays that people don't see, like the blocks and other things. How good was it? How gratifying do you think it was for him to make some more production type?
It's unbelievable. He's more deserving than anybody else on the team. You know, I mean, he is such an unselfish player, and you said it at the beginning, just how he's an unbelievable blocker. He might be the best blocking tight end we've ever had here. I mean, that's how good of a blocker Davis Allen is, and he's dependable. And then you saw what he can do in the passing game. You know, he's a big body that has so much confidence of going up and making plays, you know. And so just proud of him, and just glad, you know, he got some balls tonight and was able to get in the end zone a couple times. It was just fun to watch.
I'm asking